There's gonna be a number of breaks today, just because Teacup will need, you know, overall parental duties. She's gonna need food, she's gonna need puffs. Everybody loves puffs. She's gonna need other things. But anyway, I wanted to continue and hopefully finish up what I had in mind for the ASM 101 course. So this is gonna be the ASM 102 course, which will continue from the last video that I posted. And I'm trying to think of anything else that I want to do after this video, but I think this is probably going to wrap up most of it, which is great. But yeah, what I want to go over today is custom graphics, like drawing out multiple tiles, having custom Mario hitboxes, custom block hitboxes, and sprite interaction. And that, I think, wraps up most of the custom bosses that you would find on SMW Central, or really within ROM hacks in general, is these things here. And so I kind of wanted to go over those, and then that'll be our next session. And then if there's anything else, I'll do another one, but that's what I have on the top of my head for now. Cool beans. That's more about hitboxes should extend the full the width of the playfield. You mean like Mario just dies immediately because the sprite's like an entire screen in length? Yeah, that'd be a great boss. Okay, let's see. I mean, I could create an Uber ASM that just immediately kills you with one line of code. But yeah. Yo, Abstract, welcome in. Always good to see you. Okay. So why don't we continue? Get rid of this. Where were we? I actually haven't looked at this, Oh, HGA, refresh your stream. I haven't, I updated my title pretty late. HGA is Hop's Great Adventure. That was my last stream. We're gonna be doing some ASM 102, because 101 we did a couple weeks ago. Might have been like a month ago. I don't know. But yeah, so to recap from ASM 101, what we did was we started a sprite from scratch. We gave it a 1 tile, I think. Yeah, we gave it a 1 tile. It kind of bounces back and forth based on block interaction. It kills Mario, and it's got like 3 hit points, and you can like jump on it, and then it kind of blows up and you win the level. Cool. But we want to change some things around. And the first thing that we want to do is write a custom graphics routine. And I want to go over all that stuff a little bit more in detail. So in the previous video, we wrote this graphics routine, but it's a very simple graphics routine. Oh, it looks like I actually already updated some things. Uh-oh. I probably did this offline. Give me a second. I wonder if I have a Git repository for this. If so, I can go back to a previous state. Or I can just delete this and we can start from scratch. That's fine too. That's fine too. Give me a sec though. Select folder. I do. Let's see. Aha. Okay, so we added in like a happy and sad state. Not really state, just different tile sets. So I'll probably get rid of all of this. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna, and this is again, like, why always keep your entire project inside of Git. Push to GitHub. Because I can click one button here and boom. I just reset all the changes that I made. I went back to a previous state. And this should work from the, this should be the previous state from where we left off. Ah, it's me. Yes, yes it is. Again, please let me know if the music's too loud. I can turn that down, whatever. So let's take a look and see where we're at. So we have a run dot back. Cool. All right. I don't know go, but that's okay. That's okay. Let's open up Lunar. We're gonna go ASM 101.smc. Get out of this. Ah, that's right. We added a bean, and Thea was a Yoshi. It's a tad loud, but also jam. There. I just kicked it down a little bit. I don't want it to be too loud. This is more of an informational thing. Okay, here we go. Let's just go and see where we're at, and then we can work from there. Roller's way over here. Oh, I should. Hold on. F1. We're gonna go to. Boop. Settings, audio. We're gonna mute. Just so that we don't have vanilla SMW music playing, because that's garbage. How do we lurk this morning? Yo, Zach, enjoy that lurk, and thank you. Oh, it's good to see you too, bud. Okay, so I think we were here. We were working on Thea. And there's Thea. Pop. Just a little sprite. And now she's sad. And now she's dead. So I think that's where we left off. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to work on happy, sad. We are going to we're going to work on graphics first. And this is going to take a little bit of time just to get my memory jogged a little bit, because it's been a very long time since I've looked at this file. Okay. So I'm opening our graphics here. It's probably going to be in EXGFX 80. So I'm going to go ahead and load that up. Projects 101. Yeah, that'll be here. Change this to here, and there's our Thea sprite. So why don't we draw something else? We're gonna make this. Let's go down here. We're gonna go to 3232. There we go. We're gonna make this a 32 by 32 sprite. Just to kind of keep things simple, but we're also gonna go through all of the custom interaction stuff as well. Assuming I remember how to do that. Okay. So we're gonna well, we don't need to delete. We can use the same colors. Yeah, we're gonna delete. Fuck it. What's our Thea gonna look like? Let me know, Thea. Can I be a dirt boo? Okay, okay, hold on. Sprite set. Let's look up our sprite set. So I pulled this up. So here's a big boo. Uh-oh, what's going on over there with my girl? She's playing with a ball. Aren't boos 16 by 16 though? Where's her throne? She was over there just enjoying herself, having a good time with her toys. She seems to also be doing that now, just making a lot of noise. So I'll keep an eye on her. Maybe we can use Boo as inspiration, but I don't think we can copy. Where are you? Usually this tells you the file. I have another sprite set link. Hold on. Repsep samples. Where are we? Opcode. Ports. No. Huh. Maybe not. Oh, all sprite list. It's way up here. Here we go. Yeah, so this link here actually tells you the type in the graphics page, which is super nice. Soon, Thea. We'll take her out soon. Yeah, she seems to be happy. Okay, so here's a Boo. All right, so this is GFX 11. So we can open up GFX 11, and that tells us where to find Mr. Boo. It's very nice. Or technically 1-1, not 11. There we go. Boo. I sent that message like 5 minutes. You already addressed it. Hey now. You don't gotta be calling me out like that, Thea. Damn. Streamer's got a lot of things going on. Damn. All right. Hold on. We're gonna get Teacup over here because she's. I don't know what's going on with her right now. Give me a sec. BRB. Okay. You want to say hi? Yes. Do you want some puffs? Yes. Puffs? Okay. Oh. You come over here. Okay. There we go. All right. Teacup has the puffs. Okay. So let's make a Boo. But we need it to be larger. So how do we do that? One thing that's super nice about YYCHR is that you can copy between files really easily. It's just kind of nice. So if you select that Boo, maybe you can just copy, come over here and just pasty, and it works right out of the box. Of course, you have to make sure you change your palette, but now we can kind of put that down there and kind of just look at it a little bit. But derp, we're making our way to derp. Okay. So let's see. Draw, fill. Now, why don't we draw? How do we do that? Okay. We're going to draw that. And kind of fill it in a little bit. With that. Look, it doesn't really matter what colors you have in your palette here, because you can always change those in Lunar. So we just kind of like go like this, maybe. Like that. There. Boop-a-doo, boop-a-doo. I mean, that's not bad already. Look at that. Nice. Okay. Speaking of making the Mario things, next level reviewer levels. Thea got some inspiration from yesterday. Try to make a full-blown level. Well, I mean, your last level was pretty awesome. It was pretty damn awesome. Let's see. Okay, so... Yeah, okay, so we haven't used this yet. Boop, boop. We're just gonna outline a little bit. I shouldn't be spending this much time. But that's okay. Alright. Cool. Awesome. Good enough. Okay, we're gonna save. Shoot, did I just lie? Crap. That's okay. We can grab them back. Copy. Paste. Okay, cool. So now we're gonna make the rest of this kind of quick. I think. Use some different indexes here. Was a lot better than you thought. Yeah. There's a really, I don't know, it's really fun making just weird, silly shit, right? That's just kind of what I've been doing lately. Have fun with the ASM nonsense. I'll be lurking. Yo, thanks, Turnips. Thanks for the lurk. Hope you have a good day, man. The quicker, the derpier. Yeah. Okay, so... How do we make the eyes derpy? They've got to be like actual eyes, right? All right. I mean, I think it's working out. Right? Something like that. Do we need a tongue? I don't know. Something like that. Fill in the tongue. Oh, we need to fill in the eyes. That'll probably end up being like white or something. Whoopsies. There. Everything filled in with the color? I think so. Alright. We're having too much fun with this stupid graphic here. This is not ASM. That's okay. Let's close this. Alright, so we have an EXGFX 80. We've got a derpy sprite. It's 16 by 16. I'm beautiful. Alright. Reload. That's our quick reload. And we can check to see if everything, inserted correctly by just going to our 8x8, page down, and there's our derp face. See if any palettes actually line up first. So we can use... What can we use? I think it's like 8 and above, maybe? Are the sprite palettes? I guess we can see what palette we're already using, and then we can change that up. So what palette are we using? Right here, the graphic tile properties is 3F. That means we're using palette F. And we went over that in the previous video. I'll probably talk about it a little bit today as well. That means we can go here, and that'll be the last palette. Yeah, I think it's using this row. So if we run this, we expect it to be kind of greenish. Do I have to? Yeah, I think this will work fine. Go here. Yeah, so it's pretty green, and we're only drawing one tile so far. So it's gonna just be the top left tile. Okay. So we can worry about colors and stuff later. But what we can do now is start working on that graphics routine. So here's kind of how these things typically go. Yep, so here what we had last time was a graphics tile for happy, for sad, and then properties. And I think we went over the properties as the XY CC PPPT format, something like that. And what we're going to move this into, we're basically going to delete these, but we're going to move this into is an array for all of these. An array. More puffs for Teacup. There you go. I think she's teething too. She just makes her a little uncomfortable is all. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to say graphic tile array. Do we want a happy and sad? Let's just keep it simple for now. I'm only going to do like a single state for now. And these are actually labels. So they don't get that little exclamation point in front. You're actually defining puffs. You're defining them as arrays. Okay. So they start with DB. It stands for data byte. And that's when we get to put in our values. So the first one is 80, and fun part here is that when you're defining data bytes, you don't need that little pound sign. You're not actually referencing an address of 80 or 70 00080. This is the constant value of 80. I know it's a little inconsistent, and I don't like that, but that's just the way it is. Cool. And then I think I can just do comma 82. And we're going to go ahead and I'll show you where these values are coming from real quick. So if we open this up and we highlight our mouse over the top left here. See that? Look right here, right here. We're going to highlight over here. It says 5. 5 is the page. And then we have 80. And then we have, 82 for this one. Then down here we'll have A0. And then over here we'll have A2. So we want those 4 tiles because we're going to be drawing 16 by 16 tiles. Yeah. Oops. Get out of here. I don't know if I have to put in DB again. I think I can just do this. So then it was A0 and A2, I think. Let's see if that'll work. I'm trying to remember the format of this. The gnome command. Yeah. Need like a comma here, or... Okay, that actually worked. So that's my graphic tile array. Cool. So we just kind of defined all of the variables for all of our graphic tiles. But we also need to do that for our properties. Let's think. Because we probably want to change it to go left and right. And I want to explain how to do that. Wonder how I did that in the other ones. That's okay. Let's start with this for now. We're only going to have one property, and I'm going to get rid of these happies and sads. So we're only going to have one property. We're going to do a graphic tile array, so we're going to end up drawing out four tiles instead of just the one that we did before. Now, one other thing that I like to do is I like to make a constant graphic tile. Graphic tile num tiles, and the number of tiles that we're going to draw is 4. I like to add this in here because that tells us what we're going to do as far as our loop counter goes. Okay, let's see if I can do this off the top of my head. This might be kind of a risky move. Okay, so we went over the getDrawInfo method and a bunch of this other good stuff. And now we have like a happy sad type of situation, but we're gonna delete this. So here is gonna be pick the tile. Okay. So we went over the architecture of Super Nintendo hardware system, you could say, last video, but this video, not this video. What I was gonna say is we have access to a few registers, which is really just like temporary places to store memory, right? And getDrawInfo is already using the Y register. All we really have left is the X register to be able to index certain things. Yo, welcome in, Dan. Good to see you. And so we're going to be using X as a loop counter. So if we go up here, we've got 4 graphics tiles to draw. And we're going to be using our X register as a loop counter. But that also means right here. So remember our sprite tables. If we remember back to the other video, we talked about sprite tables and how to use them and how to address them. We have to use the X register to offset with our sprite index, right? But if we're going to be overwriting X, that means that we no longer have access to these. There's a way around that, and well, my way around that. I don't think we need to do that right now, but we'll probably want to do that later. We're just going to start drawing stuff for now. So first, we're going to get our draw info. And then we're going to push X. And really what that is we're just going to store X to the top of the stack. Top, bottom, I don't know. We're going to store it to the stack. To preserve it for later so that we can restore it and use it as normal after this routine is called. PHX, that's all it is. It's just PHX. But remember, whenever you push something, you need to pull it. So at the very end of our routine, we're going to pull X. And if you don't remember to do that, your stack's going to get out of sync, and then your entire game is going to crash. And it'll look awful, and it'll start playing a bunch of weird shit, and it's kind of funny, actually. Okay, so now we want to load X with our loop counter. My dog is trying to get at Teacup's puffs. We can't have that. Okay, I'm trying to remember how to do this without cheating. We'll see if I can do this. Hi. Num tiles. I wonder if I can just LDX. That'll probably work. So there's an LDX command, and I'm probably not going to be going over all of the opcodes in this video because we did that a lot in the last one, but I'll show this one. Oh, come on. Oop. There we go. We come down here, there's an LDA, which is what we use like crazy, but then there's also an LDX. And as you can see, it doesn't have all of the features that LDA has. However, those are teacups, Puffs. But you can use it in most situations. If you can't use LDX because you're trying to... I'm trying to remember like a situation where you can't use LDX, but if your compiler just says, hey, we don't recognize that command, then all you have to do is just load it into A, and then right here, it's just a very simple transfer A to X. And you're just copying A to the X register, and then you're done. Easy peasy, right? So if you can't do that, then just use TAX or TAX. So okay, so we're gonna load into our X register the number of graphics tiles. Then we're gonna define a loop. Dot loop. Remember, always use the dots when you're talking about subscopes inside of functions. There's a lot of code out there that uses labels inside of labels. So instead of dot loop, they say loop like this, which is fine. It'll still work. But now this loop label is going to be accessible from anywhere up here, which doesn't make any sense. And it allows your code for more bugs. You end up calling things that you don't mean to later on. So keeping things contained is really what you want to do. Okay, so first thing that we're going to do is we're going to decrement X, which is DEX, dex. So that means immediately it's going to go from 4 to 3, which is fine. And then at the very bottom, not at the very bottom, right here. Yeah, increment the OM. What we're going to do down here, this we're only going to call once, and I'll get to that in just a sec. But 4 is the best number. Hey, we still start with 4. We still start with 4. What we're going to do is we're going to compare X against 0. And if it's 0, then that means we just drew our last tile and we can kick out. Or not continue, I think is what we're going to do. Compare X, stop drawing if we need to. Okay, so let's see. Can we just do CPX? Compare X against 0, 0? I think that'll work. And then if it doesn't equal 0, which is BNE, then we can do dot loop. But then if it comes down here, then that means our X register did equal 0. And we can just say, hey, we drew some tiles. And we'll finish our write, and we'll just get out of here. Cool. Okay, so here we need to say that our tiles are 16 by 16. That still stays. We're still drawing 16 by 16 tiles. Here we can say that we drew 1 tile. Well, what we're actually going to say is we're going to say num tiles. Hi. Do you need more puff? Is that what you need? Hi. Do you need more puff? Okay. She gave me a smile there. Hi. Puff? Yes? Oh, did you drop your toy? You dropped it. You are still... Alright. Come here. There. Okay. I think she needs some more snuggles. She had a very rough night. I think she's, it's not really a thing. She's teething and she's extremely uncomfortable. Hi. And her eyes are already starting to fall asleep. Hi. You okay? You're gonna let Daddy continue? All right. Okay, so set that we drew a certain number of tiles. There we go. Get a cold rag. Does cold rags help for teething? I wouldn't know, to be honest. Demo. I've never heard of that before. Okay, so what we've got here is we pushed our X register. We restored it by pulling. We have a loop. We're decrementing our loop right here. We are, let's see. Right, and then we're comparing our X value to 0, and if it doesn't equal 0, we're continuing the loop. Otherwise, we'll jump down here and we'll get out of here. So we can just double check that our code works and doesn't blow up at this point. It's going to draw 4 tiles, but they're gonna draw all on top of each other. So we're only gonna see one, and it'll probably be the first tile. Yeah. Hello, Teacup and Bucket. Yo, Flex, welcome in. Always good to see you. Oh, Snuggles on Greg, the code called Rag. If you freeze a cloth and let her chew on it, that sometimes helps. Oh, interesting. Okay. Also, hello, Booty. Okay, so why don't we go ahead and try this real quick? She's so close to taking a nap. So close. My typing is going to be a little bit slow. That's okay. All right. Does it work? There we go. So we're drawing a tile. It's not breaking. That's actually really good news. So we're actually probably drawing 4 tiles, but they're all on top of each other. And so we don't see them very well. That's a very strange tile. I wonder if I have the offsets goofed up. That's fine. So up here, it should be A0, A2. Yeah. Interesting. I think I've got those right. Okay, so now we're actually going to draw out all of the tiles in their proper spots, and this is where our X is going to come in first. Was that a floating knife? Yeah, we'll fix it. What are you hoping to learn from this class? She is going to grow up to be a programmer like her dad. That's a joke, by the way. You get to do whatever you want as long as you're happy. Yes? Whatever you want. And we can just hope that the economy works for whatever it is makes you happy. Okay. Sneeze. That was all over my hand. Gross. You are so... I might take a small break here because I think she's about ready to fall asleep. And obviously she's a kid, which means that when she's about to fall asleep, she's going to start screaming and fighting. And so I hope that I can get her to fall asleep quickly. So I'm going to take a quick ad break and we'll see. Her head's collapsing. We'll see how this goes. I'll be right back and we'll continue and hopefully finish this up today. I'm gonna run a quick ad break. I'm gonna do a BRB screen. Yeah. Also, I don't know if I said good morning, Leet. So good morning, Leet. Good to see you. She's not asleep, but she's calm for now. So we're gonna just give this a try. We'll see how this goes. Okay. for now. Okay. So we're going to recap our getDrawInfo method, which is right here. I'm going to put it over here. So here's the output. And these are very important parts right here. So we have a sprite X position relative to the screen border and sprite X position relative to the screen border. This is really the only thing that's important. Cool. Yeah, good morning, Dan. Good to see you. These are the only two things that are important. And that is why right here, when we're drawing our tiles, we load in 0. That's right there at our X position. And we store that in 300. And then down here, we load in our Y position. We store that in 301. But now that we're drawing multiple tiles, what we need to do is offset these so that we're not drawing over each other. X offset, Y offset, and again, we're going to draw, or not draw, we're going to keep another array. X offset array. Okay, so the first tile, the X position, is going to have an offset of 0, right? We're not going to change the position at all. Also, you have a 3 now, welcome in. And same thing for the Y offsets. The first tile also is not going to change at all. But the next tile, if we're shifting on X going to the right, is going to be offset by 10. And then down here, the bottom left tile, the X position doesn't change because it's just shifted down. So we're going to keep track of that in the Y, but the X doesn't change at all. I'm hoping all this part makes sense. And then down here, it's a kind of similar situation with the Y offsets. The top right tile isn't offset at all by the Y position. So that stays 0. But then not all of these two down here are shifted by 1 tile, which is pixel value of 10, which is 16 pixels. So those should be our X and Y offsets. And we're just going to go ahead and grab these based on our X index, because again, we pushed that with a number of tiles. And what we're going to do is we're going to grab the position of our sprite. We're going to add our offset to it, and then we're going to store that value. Cool beans? Cool beans. First of all, we're going to CLC that clears our carry flag. We're going to ADC, which is add with carry, our X offset array, comma X. Remember, we're using X as an index because we've loaded it with our number of tiles instead of using our sprite index. Very important here. And then we're going to store that value into Y. And very similarly down here, Y offset array, same, we're going to keep using our same index. We're going to store that into 301 instead of just using the 00 and 01s, which is just the location of our sprite. Okie dokie. It's a lot of info, a lot of info. Let's give this a quick shot and see what happens. I'm going a little faster this round because, again, this is the second video. I'm hoping to go a little bit quicker. Nailed it. Oh, we don't actually have any tiles defined. I think we are drawing on these offsets. Yeah, I think we are, but we don't have any tiles defined. So right here we have pick the tile. We're not actually picking a tile. We forgot to load anything into A. and then we were storing our offset into here. So who the hell knows what tile I was going to pick, to be honest. So here's our tile array. So it's the same situation. We're going to go ahead and LDA X. And we're going to store the tile into here. And we're not changing our properties at all yet. We'll talk about that later. Let me get caught up on chat here. Morning. Damn, you trying to understand this? Yeah, Leech, she's awake, but she's so close to a nap. She's so close to a nap, so I'm hoping that she'll just accept it real soon. But until then, she's actually happy right now. She's playing with her toys and having a good time, so I'm gonna let that happen. Alright. Well, she was. Now she's just nap fighting. Okay, let's take a look. Okay, we're getting closer. We're getting closer. I'm not really sure what this is all about. But we are getting closer. What the fuck is up with those tiles? Okay, let's take a look here. We need to... I'll do Y, 16 by 16. Yeah. LDA graphic, tile, num tiles. I don't know why we do bank B here, but I don't usually do any of that stuff. Return, PLX, we're gonna pull X, return. Ooh, she's getting close, she's getting close. I think. Okay, let's see. Graphics tile. Looks good. This looks good. Yeah, so we're actually drawing our tiles in reverse order. We're doing bottom right, bottom left, top right, top left, but that doesn't really matter at all. Leetful, you've been summoned. We need you to serenade Teacup. And now she's fighting. Okay. Graphic tile right X, store that into graphic tile properties, store that into 3. Yeah, the properties won't change yet. Everything so far looks good. It looks good. I wonder what I'm screwing up. X, LDX, graphic tiles, X. Yeah. Definitely screwing something up here. Interesting. So let's see, what are we actually drawing? See if we can find out. Oh god, I think I'd prefer with arms wide open. Yeah. That's different. Why is that different? Right? Interesting. Trying to think. So weird. What did we do wrong? I mean, I can look at my other code and try to figure out what I did wrong, but let me see if it's different again. If it is, then it's probably I'm storing some weird ass value somewhere. Let's see. No, that's the same. Okay. Why is it doing that? Let's see. LDA, CLC, ADC. She might be going down here. Offset array, Y offset array. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a little bit of debugging here. Looks good, ship it? Yep. Yep. wonder if I'm doing something weird with CPX. I don't know. I mean, what I can do is I can transfer X to A, and I can compare A. Well, you don't actually need to compare. And then be any loop. I could try that? I wonder if CPX doesn't set the 0 flag. I'm not really sure. I guess we'll see. ASM can be weird sometimes. Let's see. No, same thing. So CPX would have been fine. Come on. Okay, we're going to do a little debugging. Oopsies. And what I'm gonna do here is I'm actually just gonna say back. So what that's gonna do is it's gonna like inverse the loop, and it's only gonna draw one tile. So I want to see what we're drawing and to see if that alone one tile is correct. Yo's Jez. Welcome in, Jez. Good to see you. Creator of Gamble in chat, everyone. Very, very fantastic ROM hack. What? I wasn't following? You are not following. Oh, what is Thea got for us? What does Thea got for us? Okay, everybody. We gotta take a small break. And by break I mean everyone's gonna learn how to get more cash. Yes.
I'm working for an hourly wage. I went to high school.
Fuck's sakes.
Still I gotta make more cash. Education is what I'm looking at. When I get a degree, I will make a bigger salary. So now I've got.
This is actually a really good song.
I went on the internet and found education connection. I took some free tests to find out.
Okay.
I'm taking my classes on.
We're drawing something really weird here.
Education connection.
Hold on.
Match me with the right college for free. Get connected for free. With education connection. Get connected for free. With education connection.
Thank you, Thea. Thank you, Thea. Beautiful. Yeah. She's doing her zombie crab thing. This is really interesting. I'm telling it to do a 16 by 16 tile, but it's only drawing like 8 by 8. So there's definitely something going on with her graphics. So she does a zombie crab thing where she lays on her back, then she pushes her belly and her head backwards. Yeah, and she looks like she's from a horror movie. Again, she's just nap fighting. I'm trying to figure out what we're drawing here. Can I zoom in here? I don't think I can. Do map. Rotate 90. I don't think I can. Let's see. So right here is 70. Oh, wait. Oh, no, this is 70. All right, hold on. If I'm highlighting over this stuff, so here's 80. No, this looks right. This looks right. Let's just see if I set this to 0. If I can draw an egg or something. Hops with the 3 consecutive streams. Whoa. Crazy. Who would have thought? We're debugging right now. Debugging is super fun. So this would be the guy that we're actually going to end up drawing. Here's our offset. This is going to be one tile down, one tile to the right. Let's see. Yeah, okay. So again, we are correctly drawing the Yoshi egg, but it's only drawing 8 by 8. Why? Why? Right here, LDY02. Set that our tiles are 16 by 16. Okay, I'm gonna have to cheat. I think I'll pull up... Girl, hi. I think we're gonna pull up some of my old code, because I think I'm doing something wrong. I'm doing something wrong. I gotta figure out what it is. Alright, give me a sec. Let's pull that up. What's a good example? What's a good example? Need to move the PLX before... Oh, spoons. 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 Everybody, the legend came in. I think you're right. I think you're right. Spoons. Welcome in, Spoons, and thank you so much. So yeah, a lot of these functions or routines they depend on certain things being set to certain things. Making sure your X value is restored to your sprite index before calling it is very important. Spoon's coming in with the save. Take a nap. She just smiles at me. She needs to take a nap. Okay. What time is it? 9. Do I need to give her another bottle? Maybe. Okay, we're going to take a small break. Spoons, thank you so much for coming in and saving us. We're going to take a small break. I'm going to run a quick ad. I'm going to get her a bottle, and hopefully she'll fall asleep. So I'll be right back. I know what you mean, late. I know what you mean. Sometimes I lurk in some of those streams too, and then I, like, for example, I get that. Okay, let's see. Where are we at? Where are we at? Desktop with cam. There we go. Okay, we're gonna run this. Well, actually, we're gonna fix this back because we were doing some debugging. And then we're gonna go ahead and go. Oh no, we still screwed something up, it looks like. But we're getting there, we're getting there. Let's see. So we have X. Oh, it's because of this. I forgot to set this tile back. Graphics tile, num tiles. That I'm hoping will do it. Okay. Everyone's got that. Yo, look at us go. Okay, so what is next? We could probably talk about changing the direction of our derpy Thea sprite. And pop. There we go. So why don't we do that real quick? Thanks again for the save there, Spoons. It's so easy to mix up one little thing, and it takes forever to fix it. GG. GG's. That's down. Okay. Yo, Sliver Puppy, welcome in. Okay, so next up will be, should we do directions? Basically changing changing what direction the sprite is facing based on which way it's moving. Maybe something like that. Maybe. So I think what I usually do, and again, I'm trying to do this off of memory. We getting fancy? Yeah. So let's see. So this X offset array, yeah. So why don't we take a look at our tiles real fast. Right here. So what we can do, this is something that's really nice about the SMW engine, is that all I can do is I can set one bit, and I can tell the tile to draw in a flipped X manner, which is great. But you also need to inverse which tiles are drawn in which positions. So what I think I usually do is I say graphics tile X offset left array. So this is when the boss is moving to the left. And this will be when the boss is moving to the right. And what we're going to do is we're just going to shift these tiles' positions. And I'm sure there's better ways to do this. Probably with math. Probably to make it easier. But this makes it a little bit more readable, I think. Your Omega beans are crazy. Thanks, Sliver. That was a... Oh, God. I think it took me like 2 or 3 weeks to make the bean. And then it took me like 2 days to make the level. The bean was the hard part there. Okay, so now we've got 2 completely different arrays. She's eating. I just hope she falls asleep. And one is going to be for when we're moving left, and the other one is going to be for when we're moving right. Okay, so let's see. So, I like this track. More beans are janky, and what the fuck happened to them poor beans? They wanted to be Omega? Yes. So this is what happens when beans grow up to become Omega beans. They just have to grow up, become part of society. Okay. So what we need to do here is maybe we can check our speed, and if we're moving to the left, then we'll pick one array. If we're moving to the right, we'll pick the other array. That's kind of what I've got going on here. Let me think. So how do we do that? What I usually do... Yo, Insanit, welcome in. Good to see you. We're just doing some more ASMing. And hopefully this will finish like a whole bunch of like ASM knowledge dump. I'm going to toss it into YouTube, and then hopefully that will help out the community, you know? Lots of new friends today. It's been pretty great. Okay, so this is... I mentioned before a little bit in this video that you no longer have access to X once we do this, right? Because we're using our X offset here as an index for our arrays. But if we're trying to get at sprite tables, for example, our speeds, our sprite speed, then we need to store that value here or do some other type of magic down here so that we know what table to get at. So here's what I usually do is I usually take the value that I need and store it in a location that I don't need to index anymore. And that way I can access it without the need of that index. I hope that makes sense. Okay. So we're going to LDA. What's our speed? Do we have the speed set? Probably. It's probably in our sprite tables up here. Yep, there it is. Sprite table X speed is B6. So we'll go ahead and copy that. Come back down. We're going to LDA X, because at this point, again, we still have our X index as our sprite index. And we're going to store that into O2. So we're using 0, 0 with our X offset. We're using 0, 1 with our Y offset, but we're not really using anything else. So we're going to store this into O2. Cool. And now we can reference this later on. So when I start doing flipping things and a bunch of like if-else statements, you could say in ASM, I usually create a new function to say, hey, get X offset instead of adding all of that into here. But we'll see where this takes us. If this gets too hairy, then I'll definitely create a new function. Same as what we just did here, or here, or here. Like, it's all the exact same stuff. But okay, let's see. First, what we want to do is we're going to LDA O2. Our speed. Save from before. So this is our speed. Let's see. Oh, you just saw the radar for the storm was headed our way. Yeah. It is working. I just filled up my little gas canister, so I'm good to go there. Yeah, that's Bucket's daughter, Teacup. Yep. She's nap fighting. She's supposed to be taking a nap. She's not napping. No, you're fine. Infants and pets are oddly similar in a lot of ways. Okay. Load in our speed, save from before. Okay, I'm going to actually pull up the memory map, and I'll show you guys one quick thing of how speed is stored. Nope. Windows 11, fuck you. Okay, memory map. In the memory, what is it, B6? Is it B6 that we were looking at? Yeah. Okay, so it doesn't actually define it here, but if I type in speed, it tells you the player speed really quickly here. Here it is. So this is how speed is stored in SMW. If you're moving left, it's between 80 and FF. And if you're moving right, it's between 1 and 7F. So if we compare it against 80... Yeah, then if we compare it against 80, then we'll know if it's either moving left or right. Yeah. And obviously if it's 0, then it's not moving at all, but we have a sprite that is always moving, so. I discipline my daughter like she's a dog, quick cause and effect. Yeah, pretty much. Throws her food, she gets it taken away. Knows again, she's taken away again. Yep. Yep, you have to give them feedback. What's it called? Like positive and negative feedback or something? Like you have to give them opportunities to both succeed and fail. And if they, fail is a harsh term, but fail, if they do fail, then you have to make sure that they feel the consequences. Otherwise, learning just doesn't happen. So, yeah. Yep. Okay, so we have our speed. We're going to compare it to, let's see. We're just going to compare it against 7F. And if it's greater than 7F, then we know that the sprite is moving left. So what we need to do is we're going to branch plus to dot moving left. And we'll just make a dot moving left. So in here, we have what we know is that we're moving right. So what we're going to do in here is we're going to LDA from our graphic tile X offset right array, which I think is what I named this. Yep. And then we're going to bra set X offset. That's set X offset. And then down here, we're going to LDA to the left. And now what we have here is our A register is now set. And all we need to do is hold on. It's not set. We need to add, okay, so it's set with our offset. We need to still add 0, 0, which is the position of our sprite. And then we're going to store that here. Okay, let me get caught up on chat. Holy crap, I am so far behind. Timeouts because they're so isolated. You know, left in the deal things alone. I'd rather talk it out. Oh, yeah. I definitely, like, ever since both of my kids were born, I talk to them like they're adults. And eventually they'll start to understand words and stuff, right? And context and, like, fluctuations in your voice and tone and all those things. Same as dogs. Hey, Jules. Oh, it's good to see you, Jules. So let's see. Do we screw anything up? Basically, we're gonna check to see if we're moving left. We'll jump down here if we are, and then we'll grab A, and we're gonna set that to our left array. Otherwise, we're going to grab our right array, and then just jump right down to here over this line is basically all it is. Then we're gonna ADC, which is our X position of our sprite. And we're going to store that great value into 300, which is our offset plus our position. So let's see. Will this work? I don't know. Not a clue. ASM's weird. Moving left. Close. Pop. So let's see. Oh, we forgot to set our properties. Yeah, we forgot to set our properties. I think this worked perfectly, actually. So let's see. Yeah, so our graphic tile properties. What we're going to do is we're going to define 2 of these now. 2 of these. So I'll reopen up this page, even though we talked about it in the last video. So graphic tile properties left. And then we're going to do graphic tile properties right. And I'll open this up real quick, just as a recap. Right here. So the first bit is the Y flip, the second bit is the X flip. So what we want to do, go into programmer mode. So we're going to keep our palette. So what's 3F? Hold on. If we go to hex and say 3F. Okay, so we're just doing a whole bunch of 1s here. The only thing that's going to change is this bit right here. And that's going to tell the game to flip. Flip the tile around. Which is, again, super nice. So all we need to do is we need to say 0, 1, and then a bunch of 1s. 0, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. There it is. And this is 7F instead of 3F. So if we're moving right, we're going to change this to 7F. And it's the similar situation down here. We want to pick the properties based on the speed. And I'm really just going to copy a lot of this. So what we're going to say is we're going to say right versus left sprite tile properties. And let me make sure I'm not missing a whole lot of chat stuff. Not possible to mirror the sprite when it should go back. Yeah, so Sliver, that's exactly what we're doing. This is something that's really nice about SMW is that you can set one bit, it mirrors the tile as opposed to you needing to define the tile twice in your graphics. This is a way that they program the game so that you can save like graphics, storage, memory, whatever you want to call it, graphic space. Okay. Moving left. So I'm gonna name this something else. I'm gonna say this prop left. I'm gonna say set prop. There we go. Okay, so here we're gonna want to say LDA graphic tile properties right. And this is just a single value, so I don't need to index it by anything. And here's left. And then down here, we've got our A set, so all we have to do is store our A into 303. Cool. Uh-oh. Moving left. Oops. Prop left. There. So we have prop left, set prop, and yeah, right. Okay. Okay. Girl again, kind of fighting everything. Okay. Give this a quick go. See what happens. Derpy boo. Hey, look at that. So yeah, this is a way that you can like reuse graphics and flip them around without having to redefine them, which is pretty nice. Okay, so we did that. What's next up on the list? Let's think. Oh, let me show you one quick thing. We're gonna move into custom sprite clipping Mario interaction. We'll move into that. Question for you, Bucket. Why does the Derpy Booyer go further into the wall? Ah, so we'll get to that, Silver. We'll get to that. So let me... I got rid of my agenda for the day. So first of all, welcome in, Sliver Fox. The reason is because we've drawn out 4 tiles, 2 by 2, right? 16 by 16 pixels for each of those. And the game is only interpreting your sprite as a single 16 by 16 tile. We'll get there when we start talking about custom Sprite-Block interaction, which is probably one of the hairiest things. But before that, and this actually kind of goes into your question a little bit. Here, let's show one quick thing. Whoops. Right here. So if I just stand here, right there, you see I died, and I died at the most left edge of the pixel. Let's see if I can get hit on the right side, right here. See that? It's the same situation with the blocks. But right now, the clipping is set for a single block, and we can edit that, but it takes some work. So thankfully, some wonderful people over on SMW Central made a patch called Custom Sprite Clipping, and we're going to use that because it's wonderful It's really easy to use, super easy to use, and I'll share it once I find it here. One sec. Here. So what we're gonna use is custom sprite clipping 1.0. We are not going to use custom object clipping. I have tried to use this so many times. I've tried to read through the readmes and understand this. I can't get this to work. I can't even understand what they're saying. It's rough. But this works right out of the box, and it's so easy to use. Oh, one sec. When you change the design of your boo, you need to change the program too. Both yes and no. Hold on. Because the pixel will act differently after the sprite design change. So I can show you one thing real quick, just because it's easy. So if I want to change the design of my boo by doing, I don't know, let's see. What do we do? Should we give him eyebrows? Let's give him eyebrows. Something like that. All I need to do is hit save here. I always say no. And then there's this button that says quick insert graphics. And that's it. That's all you have to do. Because again, the program, the ASM, it references the tiles. It doesn't define the tiles. So right there, you can see that went in perfectly. It's flipping perfectly, and I don't have to change the code at all. So the other side of that is if you wanted to add in more tiles, then yeah, you would need to define in the program, the ASM, to say, hey, draw more tiles in these different positions. And also, we're going to get into it just a second here. If we're going to do custom sprite clipping and you're making things bigger, then you're obviously going to have to change that as well. So, yo, thanks for the follow. Welcome in. Okay, let me see if I can get caught up here. Cool. All right. Okay. All right, we're going to grab our, this guy, which is our custom sprite clipping. We're going to go ahead and download it. This one I've never had any issues with. Actually, I've had one issue with this. And that is I tried to use this on the Omega Bean sprite, but I think it only works up to like a certain length, like 80 or 90 length. Which, I mean, who in their right mind would make a custom sprite that is bigger than that? That's absurd, right? But, you know, Omega Beans. Pixie. Okay, so we don't even have a SAR in this yet, and that's okay. We're going to go ahead and download a SAR. Where are you? Twitch, right here. Tools. SAR. Download. This is just what we need to apply this type of patch is all. Okay. We're gonna go here, we're gonna go here, we're gonna go here. So, like we have Pixie, we have Uber, I'm just gonna say we have a SAR. And here's the SAR. And I usually create a batch file for this as well. You know what? I'm actually just gonna show that. I'm gonna show that. It's easy to do. It's really nice to keep things in line. I'll create a new folder. I'll just call it ASM or patches, whatever. Stuff this here. So there's our custom sprite clipping patch, right? So do you need to change the program when you change the size of the pixel? Create a sprite, bigger or smaller? Yes. Yes, Sliver, yeah. If you're looking at changing sizes, making things bigger, you have to redraw them to make them bigger, or... I mean, I might want to put her downstairs, actually. She's not napping. Or you have to do some crazy Mode 7 stuff, which is like... What's the terms for those? It's like scaling, skewing... It does a lot of those, like, really cool math-based things that allows you to, like, stretch different graphics and stuff like that. I don't know how to do any of that. I know nothing about Mode 7. That girl. Okay. So I'm going to open up a cheat sheet real quick, because I always have this in my projects. Run.bat. No. Where's my open with? There's no open with. Okay, whatever. You get out of here. Let me show you what run.bat. Come on, run.bat is. So here is how I keep track of all of the ASR things that I have in like a ROM. Whenever I change something, I actually rerun every single patch. There's a couple reasons why I do that. One, it's really nice to have a documented area that says, hey, I'm using all of these patches. Two, it tells you immediately if there's a conflict, right? And so even if I just add like one more patch into this, I will rerun this file, which runs every single patch over and over and over again. Again, it helps to tell me if things are going to go wrong quickly, which is very important. I'm very interested in stuff. I want to do one day a hack and like stuff like this. That's why I ask so much. Okay, that's great. Yeah, that's great, Sliver. If you're interested in doing some ROM hacking, I encourage you to watch the first episode of ASM with Bucket, which is ASM 101. This is 102 today. There's also a ton of other great videos out there too. Not a whole lot on ASM, but you know, Barb did like a Lunar Magic 101, and he went over a whole bunch of stuff, which was great. And then Dan of Most Trades has a couple videos, maybe a few more than that, that goes over like Overworld. I think he does some graphics animation, stuff like that. Like it's they do a really good job. Really good job. 101 VOD. Yo, Thea, thanks. Okay, let's see. Teacup found the diaper rash cream, and she's now playing with a bottle of diaper rash cream. It's not open, thankfully. But that's what she's playing with. Okay, we're going to take a quick break. What are we going to do when we come back? We're going to apply the patch for custom sprite clipping. But in the meantime, we're going to take a quick break. I'm going to put her downstairs, I think. I need her to take a nap. Also, she can't be playing with that. I'll be right back. Yeah, you guys are right. It's like a, what is it? When you buy a nice, fancy, like cat tower for your cats. And instead of playing with the cat tower, they just play in the box that it came with, the cardboard box. It's all the same stuff. Also, welcoming you guys. It's good to see you. Yep, exactly, Shadowboxer. Okay, let's see. So we were. Okay, so we have. Let's see. We're gonna jump into. Right. Oh, where's our batch file go? Did I already get rid of it? Okay, let's reopen that real quick. Oh, you're way up here. That's why. Okay. I don't know why I closed out of it. But this is really all I wanted. I just wanted to make sure I knew how to call a SAR from a command line. And then we're going to go ahead and make our own. So we have a SAR. We're going to have a new file called run.bat. Up. And so we're gonna go to ASM slash cust spur clip.asm. And what is this? This is asm101.smc. Copy. Paste. Cool. And I'll just go ahead and show you guys what this looks like real quick. I don't bother my cats anymore. I just give them diaper boxes. That's actually, that's a good thought, Flex. We have a whole bunch of boxes, just like in general, boxes everywhere. And I'm trying to get rid of all those though. All right, so really all I do here is I just, I go into the SR folder and then I just say run. And that's that, no issues. And whenever I want to like reinsert all the changes to ASM, I just say run here because I have a run inside of Pixie. And it looks like that. It's just pixie.exe list file asm101.smc. That's all it is. Yeah, it's on my to-do list for the weekend is to like get rid of all the boxes like in my garage and literally just sitting over there, you know? Yeah. Okay, let me grab my, this guy back. I need you up here. Okay, so we just, and I'm gonna need a cheat sheet for this, which is fine. But we just inserted our custom sprite clipping ASM, but now we get to use it. And I'll pull up a cheat sheet for this one. It's very easy to use. It's great. Maybe Dark Chambo uses it. I bet I do. Yeah. For those who don't know, I created the final boss in Super Chambo World, and I'm willing to bet we use the custom sprite clipping in here. This is the better version of Chambo. Kev Smilers. Okay, let's see. Do we actually use it? Maybe not. Hold on. Oh, I thought we would have. Oh, right here. Hold on. Sprite clipping mode. Oh, maybe not. Maybe not. Oh, we don't. Dang. Okay, hold on. We are gonna to grab a different file. Because I know I use it in the Hopscript Adventure boss. At least I'm pretty sure I do. Right. You like the Dark Chambo boss? Yeah, that was my first boss. I learned ASM so that I could create that boss. Because I really wanted Chester to have like a nice custom boss specific for, you know, like a good experience for Chambo. And so did Chester, but he just couldn't find anyone to do it. And so I set off and learned ASM. Let's see. Here we go. So this is the final boss in Hopscript Adventure, which is actually a really fun fight. The rest of the hack's a little fucked up. Not gonna lie, it's a little fucked up. But the final boss is actually pretty fun. And this says requires custom sprite clipping. Yay! Okay, so these variables here are actually defined in the ASM file, but I'm just gonna copy them over. In fact, we could pull those up, like just for educational purposes. Right here. Yeah, they're literally right here. You just like copy and paste these over if you want to, it's fine. These are just addresses where different variables are stored, and we'll use them in just a sec. Okay, we're gonna move this guy over here. So these are constant addresses, sprite tables. I'll make another section. I'll call this like clipping values. Okay. Just learn ASM. Yeah, indeed. If only I could make it to the boss in Hop's Great Adventure. Let me tell you, making it to the boss in Tea Kettle is far easier than making it to the boss in Hop's Great Adventure. Now I know who to ask me to create a boss. Well, Sliver, well, let me show you. Hold on. So Dark Chambo. There's a number of sprites, right? There's the ball, you know, the soccer ball that he kicks. There's Dark Chambo himself. There's the fire pillar that falls from the sky. And there's also the hat that he throws. So there's like 4 sprites. And just this sprite alone is over 4,000 lines of assembly. So, you know, I don't know if I want to do that just now. Yeah, so that file is 4,000 lines. Because, you know, the boss has to shift from phase to phase, and each of those phases has different states. Maybe someday I'll go over the idea of phases and states. Not now. And they all do different things. They all have different speeds, different configuration values, different graphic settings. Like, it's just, it's very, very complex. So, I don't know if I want to do that right now. Okay. Let's see. Okay, we're on, yeah. Hop's Great Adventure. We're looking at the boss here. We copied over the addresses that we need to use. And now here's the clipping values. And usually, I add a couple of pixels. So like here, paint time. So here's our Thea sprite, right? It looks like that. What we want our box for clipping, what I typically do, is to do like this. Something like that. Ish, something like that. And so it's kind of inset a little bit. Because often, if you get hit like right here on this edge, it kind of feels bad because obviously the sprite itself is like rounded on the corner. And so it doesn't look like you got hit, even though you did. You totally hit the hitbox. So what we're going to do is we're going to inset the hitbox a little bit, and that helps. And so that's where this 2 comes from. If I wanted to say 0, yeah, like Sprite hitboxes, exactly. Yeah, exactly. If we said 0, it would be like right on the edge. But here what we're giving is a couple extra pixels for leeway, right? Okay, so we got... let me think. So the length for... Yo, Boozy, welcome in. I wasn't following. You were not. How dare you? The full length, let's just open up Paint again. Just a little tiny bit of math here. Here's our boss. Here is our... Whoops, not like that. A little bit inset, a little bit inset, a little bit inset. There we go. So here's our hitbox. And we're going to start it right here, about 2 pixels. And then we're going to have a length, which also has about 2 pixels here, which means there's a grand total of 4 pixels that we're missing. Yay. Unfollowing random accounts. Really? I mean, that's just Twitch being twitchy, you know. That's just what they do best. But also, it's really good to see you, Boozy. Welcome in. So yeah, if we're going to start here, and then we're going to go to a total length, it's really just going to be the sprite length minus 4. So keep that in mind. X clip length. So this the full length minus 4 is that C? Is that one C? Something like that. And it's the same thing for here, because we have kind of a square. Thank you for following, Thea. Jesus Christ. Okay, so we can try that. And now we just need to... so what we've done is we've defined variables for our clipping. We just need to use them. And it's actually pretty simple. It's down here in the init method. Doop-a-doop. Main routine. Nope. Init routine. There's our init routine. Doop. We can say load up the clicking variables and store them into the correct addresses. It looks like it does have all the same variable names, which is nice. Yep. But then we also need to set our clipping mode. Here it is. And there we go. That should do it. I think that'll do it. That's like it. So we're just using the addresses on that patch, and then we're storing our clipping, X starting point, and then the X like total length, same with the Y. And then we're just triggering it to start by saying the sprite clipping mode is 3D. I think 3C also works with this patch, but 3C means you have to define it in the ASR file as opposed to in memory, which I definitely prefer memory. It's just easier for me to handle this all in one file, you know? Things you are followed by it. Remove you. Maybe. Maybe. I don't know if I want to do this right here. That's fine. Okay, why don't we go ahead and give this a quick shot. Here we go. So that looked right so far. There will be a video dev, also welcome in. So let's get hit over here. Hey, look at that. And so now we've got custom sprite clipping, and all we really had to do was define, look at that, X start and X length, and then the same for the Ys. Yeah, look at that. So we're bouncing. Yeah, so boo with the hitbox. And we can also bounce on all of these sides. So it's like the far left side, the far right side. That all works well. Again, I really like this patch. This is a really nice patch. Because it didn't really take a whole lot of code. We just had to use their addresses and then just set the X and Y values. Like, that's it. That's it. Which is really nice. But that's pretty much the gist of custom sprite clipping, while Mario to sprite clipping. It's just that. That's it. After applying the patch, which is super nice. Now, object interaction is completely different. I wish we had a really nice patch. If you want to go onto SMW Central, try the custom object patch and see if you can get it to work. Please let me know how you did it in a simple way. Yo, Gobi, welcome in. But I've tried so many ways. I've tried to read the README 100 times. I can't. I don't understand it. So we do this in a completely custom way. And I haven't done this in a while. And I do know that it's in this boss as well. So this is going to be fun. Let's see, to clipping address defined in... Yeah, so it looks like we tried to use this, but I'm pretty sure I backed out of it. LDA0. Yeah. Okay, let's jump down. I remember, this was a long time ago, I remember talking about how to do like custom-sized bosses interacting with objects you know, in a way that makes sense, right? And it was tough. Here's our shell stuff. We'll talk about shells. That's no big deal. Blah, 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 blah. Here's all the states. This is our state wrapper. Player win state and goal music, stuff like that. No. Spawning while moving right. No. Here it is. I'm pretty sure this is it. Clipping routine, play clipping. Let's see if I can find this. This is a method of let's see. A method of custom block interaction. That's a little weird, but it works really well for me, and I've used this several times. Come on. Right, there it is. It's my routine physics. Or is it? Hold on. No. Where are you? Ignore me for now. Consecutive thingy, I guess. Yo, congrats on the consecutive thingy. Where are you? Is it this? Apply clipping? Where are you? Custom routine for physics. All right, this is fun. Since the custom object clipping patch is, well, kind of fucked. I'm so nice. We get to do this instead. Idea, take our current position, add offsets, yep, call the physics routine, then recall our positions. That's exactly what I did. This method assumes 0, clipping mode. Oh, so that's why I put in 0, at the very top, which makes a lot of sense. So I'm going to go ahead and copy that as well. No. Index of 0, clipping index. I'm going to grab C2, which is fine. Constant addresses. I'm going to name this something better. Address, sprite, object, clipping mode, something like that. Makes way more sense. Okay, now we have a clipping mode of 0. And I could show what that actually means. Give me one sec. ASM 1. If we go into Pixie and we open up the config editor here, it actually has a visualization of the clippings, but this is only like default what's already baked into Mario clipping values. And so you can actually look through them here. Kind of scroll through. There's 01. It's like a a 1x2 tile type of clipping. That's just weird. I don't know what's up with that. That's also kind of weird. Maybe that's a Rex or something, or a Koopa. Because it's like 2 tiles, but you only hit the thing when you're kind of already inside of the head. It doesn't actually trigger until you hit that red spot. So you can kind of go through these. This right here of 08 might be a perfect 32 by 32 clipping, which might actually work perfectly for our purposes. But again, I'm trying to show how to do this in a custom way. And there's a bunch of other things here. Apparently OF is broke, so there's that. So anyway, if we set it to 0, then basically what that means is you are 1 block in size, and that's that. So whenever we're calling, God damn it, Thea. Whenever we're calling the physics routine, it's going to use this math to determine if we're hitting a wall or not. And we're still going to be using this math. We're only going to be setting, like, we're going to be offsetting the positions of our sprite behind the scenes Then we're going to call that function, and then we're going to restore our positions. It's secret, Dev. It's secret. You don't need to know about that stuff. You gotta pay for the feat. All right. What does that apply? It's this guy that we're gonna be looking at. Because I haven't done this in a long time. Here it is. Right. So I did it in such a way where we're building a clipping object. Why don't we pull up the... Yeah, hold on. Let's pull up the memory map real fast. Let's look at the blocked table. And it's sprites. Might as well just... Is it 12? Yeah, it should be 12. Yeah, so the sprite blocked table, or status table. After you call the physics routines for sprites, this is going to get set by that physics routine. And it's going to tell you if it's doing layer 2 stuff, unknown, probably unused, that's fine. And again, this is it's 8 bits, all in this format, you could say. And then the final 4 bits are up, down, left, right. So if these bits are set, it's telling you if it's blocked on those particular positions. So if your sprite is moving right and it finally hits a wall, this will be set. That's basically what the physics routine does, and then sets this address to that. Our Coca-Cola vendor swears up and down that he has feet OnlyFans called These Toes Ain't Loyal. So yeah, what we're gonna do is we're gonna create a function, routine if you will, that's going to set this value manually instead of just relying on the physics routines. And I believe this was a little bit inefficient, but it did work well, assuming you don't have a whole lot going on in your boss fight. Okay. This is our assembled clipping object. Yeah, so I remember this being a little inefficient because you end up calling the physics routine like 4 times every frame, which is not great. It's not great. I understand that. But this works. Okay, let's see. Add to sprite position. Yep, so we're going to need all of these functions, which is fun. Yep. LDA 0 push A. Okay. Holy God, what am I doing? Bottom side clipping check. We're pushing everything. Oh, because we have to. Yeah. So what we're doing here, again, is like we're pushing the 4 values of our sprite position so that we can restore these later, because we're going to be editing the crap out of these and then calling the physics routines to see if at a future state, like at a future X position, will we be hitting the wall is the question. This is an interesting thing, but okay. Block status, I think it's 4. Okay, so that means it's 4. Is that the right? I think that's the right. And then we do top side, then we do left side, and then we do right side. And then at the very end, we are restoring our values. And Yep. Storing everything back into the blocked status. These right here are important. If I use all of these. Do I use the subtract? Nope, not an apply clipping. Looks like we only need to use the adds, which is interesting. Okay. So these are little functions that I ended up writing a long time ago. And all it does is you pass in a really quick offset into A, and you can add that value to your sprite position in a 16-bit way, by the way, in a 16-bit way. And then it stores that into your sprite position. So that is, I use these in a number of different places. These are very important. Here we are. So they're very simple, you could say. The subtract is hairy. I'm actually kind of proud that I wrote this. Like you have to do 16-bit math stuff, a whole bunch of craziness, swap your A and B registers. Like, ugh, that was nasty to write, but this works very well. You're so smart. Because holy shit, I don't know. Smart. I mean, thank you. Questionable life decisions for doing this. Yeah, absolutely. Okie dokie. So now we've got these utility methods that add to our positions for X and Y. I think that's, yeah, that should be all we need to figure out custom object interaction. So right here, we're going to create a function called apply clipping, and I might just copy and paste this shit. I'm going to hope to kind of walk through this type of thing, but no. Apply object clipping. Object clipping. Always have a dot return and an RTS. Again, that's just how I do every single method that I would ever write. Custom sprite object interaction. And you could say something like output stores blocked status in where'd you go? Memory map, here we go. There it is. This guy. And I wonder if we have a variable for that. Probably not, huh? Nope. Let's go ahead and make one. This is a sprite table. We'll go ahead and bring it down here. We can say sprite table blocked. Oh, I already have it. It's right here. Block stat. Cool. 1588. Yeah. So we're already using this to determine if we need to switch to right or switch to left. This is what we did in the last video. But again, this routine here, the sprite physics, is not going to know that our sprite is bigger or has a custom hitbox, you know? Like again, what you could do is you could pull up the Pixie config editor and find a clipping mode that works best for your sprite. But this method allows full custom interaction, full custom. And that's kind of what I was wanting to show here. Listen, your questionable decisions when it comes to SMW has been nothing but genius. Thank you. Fucking is starting to make me want to learn ASM. Go crazy, Dev. Go crazy. We'll help you every step of the way. Can you write a code so I never fall off a saw? I can make you a saw that sucks Mario in. I don't know if that would help. The sucking saw. With the hot ideas. all the overworld is gonna be unstoppable. Yeah, I actually don't know anything about overworld ASM. I know nothing about that stuff. I'm guessing it's similar, like as far as what the code looks like, but I don't know how to like execute it. It's probably maybe it's an Uber ASM. I don't know. I really don't know. Okay, so right movement. We were making a custom routine right here. Based on the custom sprite clipping values configured above. Yeah. Okay, let's see. Yeah, it looks like I defined variables and a bunch of other cool stuff. This was around the same time when I created Dark Chambo, so this was a very early boss for me. So please excuse the shitty code because I don't use variable names for these things, but I can tell you what these are. These are the positions of our sprite, X and Y positions. Enable block status. Top side clipping check. Yeah. The wall clip. The routine physics. Blocked status. Yeah, again, I know that this is not efficient, but this does work fairly well, and I know I've used this in a couple different places. Pasty. Okay. So if anybody is following along and would like all of this code, just ask. I'll send all of this, it's fine. I don't know if I want to rewrite all this. This was pretty complicated. But yeah, like the TLDR is we store our position. We add to our sprite position, and then we call the physics routines, and then we aura. We take the block status, we store that, and we build up the block status because we need to call those physics routines 4 times. Top, right, bottom, and left. We need to check for all of these positions. So what we're doing is we're calling this 4 times and we're building up this final blocked status value. That's all this is doing. There's a lot of copy code, like bottom side and then top side, left side. All of this stuff is really kind of copy paste code. And again, it's not efficient, but it works pretty well. Yeah. Okay. So the xclip walls link, I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use the same clipping values for objects as I am for sprite interaction. And we just use these values instead. I can only dream of making an okay looking overworld. Those are scary. Yeah, I don't do those well. I don't do those well, that's for sure. Oof. We're actually like, this is Sumeru. We're gonna go back, because I don't know what's gonna happen in the next music track there. We were on the 3rd music video, OST video of Genshin Impact, which is a really fantastic game. I haven't played it in months, and I probably won't go back to it. The gacha stuff is kind of gross. But it's a fantastic game if somebody's looking for something new and adventurous, you could say. That's the butt cheek overworld coming along, Dev. I have to say, that overworld is beautiful. It's done really well. I just saw a pair of cheeks. That's where my brain went. Okay, So let's see. So we've got X clip and X clip length. Let's take a look here. Apply object clipping. So if we're going to check the bottom side, yeah, why don't we? That's the Y clip. No, Y clip length, I'm guessing. There, Y clip walls length. Not walls. What am I doing? Y clip length. Okay. All we're doing here is we're adding, what is it? The value of 1C to our Y position. So we're shifting our sprite down, but then we're going to be restoring that after we call the physics routines. The top side is interesting. You would think that, oh yeah, you wouldn't actually need to subtract. What you want is you want to add an offset. Yeah. It's just Y clip. Yeah. And then the left side is the same thing. It's the X clip. And then the right side is the length of the X clip. There. Okay, cool. So here's our new routine for object clipping. And if we call this before, so here's Mario interaction, sprite movement. So it's probably going to be in here in the sprite movement. Here it is. So we're going to call the physics routines. We're actually not going to call the physics routines here. We're just going to call our sprite clipping and let that handle our physics routines. Butt cheek this. We're making different codes, Yora. Y'all are wonderful. Y'all are wonderful. Yeah. Like I have a clue what that even means. You can pretend, Bull Run. It's okay. It's okay. The Y stands for yeah. You're right. Custom sprite object interaction routine, which again also just that's what calls the physics. This is a JSR to apply custom object clipping. And then we check for bonks, and we do some flipping if we do some bonks. So we'll see if this works. Yep, table block status wasn't found. Yep, okay, so we need to change a couple variable names over because I copied some code. And that's okay. Routine, no, it's not routine, it's table blocked. It's this guy right here. Just go block status. Status, and then the physics, which I know I have something up here for. Guys, addresses. Here it is. Sprite physics. It has a new name. Routine physics, routine physics, and physics. Alright. We can probably get this to go. Oh, that's right, Bull Run does have goats. Print Mario doesn't die. I don't think it actually would be easy to prevent a Mario death in a level. I don't think it would be. Because that's handled in a routine. You would have to like overwrite the routine. Like a hijack or something, I think. Did we break shit? We sure did. We're not moving. I mean, at least with the, the entire game didn't crash, so there's that. Oh, actually, the sprite was in a wall, so I wonder if it was just not moving because of that. Maybe. I don't know. Move it up here. Does it have gravity? I don't know if it has gravity. Let's find out. It's not really moving at all. Okay. that girl. What? How long was that? That was not a long nap. That was not a long nap. Okay, so we're doing a custom routine here. Oh, let me think. So our physics routines takes our speed and updates our position based on speed, right? And so, at the very end over here, we restore our position back to normal. So again, this is going to be inefficient, but what we need to do is we need to actually call our physics routine and then call our objects clipping routine, because our physics routine is going to update our position. All right. Every frame will call physics 5 times. Nothing to see here, nothing to see here. Jesus. Okay. It bounced. Look at that. So we're correctly interacting with left and right blocks now on the custom edges of the sprite, as opposed to it going like deep into the right side there. Obviously the Y clip needs something going on. But yeah, so that's like custom. This is one way to solve custom sprite interaction with blocks. It's inefficient, but it does work. What music is this? I feel like I'm about to go into a huge battle. Yeah, so this is, actually I can just ping it. Hold on. This is Enkanomiya OST from Genshin Impact. It's right there. I use this a lot when I'm doing coding streams because it's like, it's really chill, but then it also has like some more upbeat types of things. Girl is not napping today. Okay, so yeah, let's see. So it fell into the floor a little bit. Yeah, I might have to go get her in just a sec here. So the bottom side clipping check. I wonder what this was all about. Why was subtract 1 tile here? Why did we subtract 1 tile? Yeah, that's what would have caused that, I would think. Clip length, JSL. Yeah, right here. I wonder if this is... That seems odd. Why would we do that? It seems odd. Give it a quick shot. That didn't really do anything. Interesting. So, DLC SBC 10. Let's think. So yeah, if we take the Y clip bottom side check. Okay, we load our position. The Y clip length is way down here. We subtract 10. Let's just see if we can get this to act differently is all. Just to act different. Let's see what happens. How I pictured it would be? Yeah, for sure. Let's take a look. It doesn't really seem to be triggering it at all, huh? Change sprite physics. Subtract it. Yeah. the bottom side, we're ending against 04. I can imagine there'd be a bug in the cut, because, well, I've used this a bunch of times. I'll have to take a quick break. I think I'm going to have to go get a teacup. I can't imagine. She won't be hungry, but she might want some puffs or something. Come say hi, maybe. That was a terrible nap. But yeah, break. We'll be back. We'll see if we can fix up this bottom side clipping check. And then move on to, let me think. Yeah, so we want to change the boss to like take damage when you like throw something at it, right? Like a baby Yoshi, for example. That's a very easy change. But yeah, I'll be right back with Teacup Burb. She is so tired. But she's not sleeping. That's just how these things go sometimes, I think. Here. There's Teacup. Alright. Let's see. I'm just going to start playing a little bit. So we're going to SBC 20... What if we ADC'd instead? Just to see if we could get something to act differently. We'll see how that goes. Whoops. There we go. Come on. There. Okay. Okay, so it's not really acting any different here. It's very interesting. So at the bottom side, we're loading in our position. We're adding... Oop. Add to sprite position 1. Yeah, yeah. Oh, I know why. I know why. I know. Let me think. So the physics routine is in charge of making sure the sprite will stop moving when it hits the ground, right? Okay. So how do we do this? I wonder. This is probably something I haven't accounted for in the past. So, on the X values on left and right, that's a little bit easier because the physics routine will... It'll probably stop the speed, right? It'll probably stop the X speed when it detects that you've hit a left or right wall. But since we're taking that X speed and turning it around and making the sprite go the other direction, it's pretty easy for us to see that it's working correctly. Hi. But here, the physics routine will detect if we're on the ground. It will stop our speed. Hi. And it will do all of this, and it will update our position, and it will do all of this kind of behind the scenes. So I wonder if bottom side clipping, no, we don't grab onto the cord. Before age 1, so for my son, for Tea Kettle, when he was born, I was bored in the hospital. as was my wife. And I had a laptop there, and I was playing around with C++. So he was at the age of, like, I don't know, like 8 hours or something. And I was talking about C++ with him. No, nope, that's not for you. Because I'm just an unbelievable nerd. Nope. Okay, are you awake now? Is that what's going on? Okay. Okay. Hands down. You want to say anything? You want to say something? No? No, you just want to grab. No, we don't grab. We don't. Okay, you want some puffs? Would you like some puffs? Maybe that'll be okay? That's my hella baby fever. Want the puff? Yes. Technically not puffs. Today we have strawberry, naturally flavored with other natural flavors. Yogurt bites. Fancy. Can I show you my hospital setup right now? Timbo's Discord where I can show you? Probably. Yeah, like as long as, you know, you're not posting like personal types of things, you can totally post those in the selfies. Bull run, yeah. You can post almost anything in the selfies. I don't think he's very particular about that. Okay, so let's think. If we are blocked on the bottom side, we probably also want to stop our Y speed. Yes, maybe. We'll figure this out. We'll try some things. So movement right here. Blocked on bottom. If so, zero out our Y speed. Yeah. Those yogurt bites are delicious. I haven't tried them, but she likes them. Okay, so we're gonna LDA the blocked status. We're gonna check the bottom, which is what? Was it 4? Let's see. The memory map. So that's 1, 2, 4. Yeah, so down is 4. We're gonna AND against 04. We're gonna CMP to 04. And if they equal each other, then we are blocked. So I can say BNE dot not on, we're gonna say after ground. And I'll just make a dot after ground here. So here we're blocked on ground, so 0 out speed. So our speed, let's see. So I probably already have do I have a Y speed variable? I do not. We can go grab it. So it's 12 speed. Sprite Y speed table. It's AA. Sprite table Y speed equals AA. Okay. And now we can just zero this out for our Sprite index. Sad, yeah. Where are we at? Right here. So I wonder if we can just say STZ. So that's store 0. It's a shorthand for LDA 0 store A. And I wonder if we can use that with an X index. We shall find out. Sprite table Y speed X. Remember, always index if we have sprite table here. Always. Yeah, let's give that a shot. Looks like that works. You got a pretty sweet a pretty sweet setup in the hospital. Where's my Discord? There. Let's take a look. Oh, dude. I'm not gonna lie, Bull Run, when that's awesome. When my daughter was born, when Teacup was born, I did bring my NT to the hospital. I was playing Cuter Kaizo World. And my wife was all for it. Yeah. She's feeling much better, it looks like, which that's great. Okay, so we ran this. I never finished Cuter. For some reason it wasn't pulling me in like Cute Kaizo did. That's okay. That's okay. Alright, let's give this a shot. Alright. Okay. I think that might have done it. But it looks like we do have to have a small offset on the Y. Because it looks like it's like I remember having that little subtract in there. I wonder if that's why I had it in there. So right in here what we had was bottom side clipping check. Oh, we still have it over here. So I even have a comment. It says, we subtract one tile here as the regular physics already accounts for it. I don't really know what that means, but let's go ahead and try that. Right above add to sprite position. Why? Is it subtract or is it add? I actually might have to add. We'll see, we'll see, we'll see. Q was the first hack I ever beat. I think mine was Moo. I think I started with Cute Kaizo, and then I moved to Moo. And then I came back to Cute. I think. Here we go. Let's try this. Hey, look at that. And now we've got our Thea Sprite. It's standing on the ground with those little extra pixels that we set as the offset. Moving back and forth. We've got custom object clipping. We've got custom sprite clipping. Yeah. All right. We're getting somewhere. Bop, bop, bop. Okay. I think the last thing that I had on the agenda for today for this was to talk about other ways to hurt the boss. So for example, I'm actually going to take a snapshot of my code right here. There we are. And if we wanted to toss some Yoshis or some blocks or anything at the boss, we could hurt him that way instead. Okay. So in our last video, girl needs more puffs. I need more coffee. In our last video, we hurt Mario unless Mario was above, meaning Mario had jumped on the top of the boss, right? This is exactly how Dark Chambo works. And that's where I got this code from, the check if above. Looks like we moved to a sad state. That's fine. We're not going to worry about the states for now. I'm going to bounce Mario up, show the contact graphic, play the sound effect. I'm going to delete all this stuff. Yeah. Actually, what I'm going to do is we're going to change this to have a hurt hitbox. So what we're going to do is we're just going to say Mario Sprite interactions. If there's no interaction, we'll go ahead and kick out. Otherwise, we're just going to hurt Mario. Like, that's it. This endgame code I'll just copy over later. There's a sound effect, table health. We're going to move this into a different routine. We're going to move this into a sprite interaction routine. Which is, again, kind of copy-paste code, but this is code that exists pretty much everywhere, like everywhere. And it's pretty routine, you could say. Okay, let's see. Decrement the table. Oh, yada, yada, yada. Here's the end game. Boop. Okay. Boop. There. So now our Mario interaction routine, all it is, hey, did we interact with Mario? If so, hurt Mario. That's it. That's it. Right? But what we can do now is we're going to create a new routine. Interact with sprites. And we're going to just put that right down here. Sprite interaction routine. Same thing here. Sprite interactions dot return RTS. Same as always. And I'm just gonna grab some of the code that I took from the Mario interaction routine. And I'm also gonna find some code that I have elsewhere. Let's see. This is actually, it's kind of a small amount of code, I think. Let's see. Sprites. Boss. Okay, again, this is the Hop's Great Adventure boss. It's a thwomp that you have to throw Goombas at to hurt it. And it also like smashes and it spawns. Okay. Everyone does since XP went down. Yeah, I agree. Okay, it looks like nothing completely fried here. Fun fact, one day in college, I was working on a Java application. And the same thing happened. I was in the middle of doing some code. My computer fried. I got like a blue screen or something, which is way more common back then. I didn't get a blue screen now. It just completely froze. And then I logged, back in after rebooting, and I got back into my code, and everything in the file was garbaged. Everything. And it was saved. We didn't have Git at the time, Yeah, it was awful. Thankfully, I found a copy of that file on a server that we had for like the school. So I was able to kind of recover some stuff, but it was yikes! It was bad. Okay. Okay, where were we? I think we were in the middle of finding some code to interact with sprites. My worst memory loss situation. My N54 freeze near the end of Majora's Mask. Oh no. Oh no. I have never played any Zelda game, and I'm not gonna lie, I don't really want to. Okay, let me take that back. I played a bit of Breath of the Wild. Good game. For some reason, it just wasn't for me. And I honestly think that most of the Zelda games don't pull me in because of the music. I really don't like the music in any Zelda game. Any of them. I think it's trash. But that's my opinion. That's fine. Let's see. Final boss. Here we go. Can I recommend A Link to the Past enough? Yeah, so I really enjoy watching A Link to the Past when it's like randomized, like say, for example, a hop stream, if Hops is doing it. And it's using different MSU1 music. Otherwise, I can't watch it. The music in A Link to the Past is awful. I don't know. I don't know what's up with Zelda and the music. But I listen to it and it's like nails on a chalkboard for me. I don't know. It's rough. But if you put on MSU1 with like, Donkey Kong Country 2 or Final Fantasy X or something else. We did a Mortal Kombat one in Hopstream like a couple of weeks ago. I'm there. Like, I'm having a great time. I'm jamming out. Just enjoying the whole experience. But yeah, all it takes is music I don't vibe with, and it's just a big turnoff, It's a big turnoff. Yo, Stream Elements, welcome in. Alright, let's see. How do I is everything? Yeah, I think everything's good. I think we have recovered. Cool. Okay, so this part's actually fairly straightforward. Here it is. So I have a routine called shells over here, and all of this code was copy and pasted from somewhere on SMW Central. That's it. Or maybe it was like all of this right here is just copy pasted from somewhere on SMW Central. Like I just found it. I don't remember where. Yeah, Bull Run, we are back. My computer froze, like completely froze, which is weird and rare, but Windows 11, yo. Windows 11. Anyway, this code you'll probably find in just about any boss fight, I think. I didn't write this. I probably got it from like a custom boo fight, or like a boo boss fight, you could say. Or maybe some other boss. I don't remember. But I've been using this code ever since then, and I've just been copy pasting it. So here's where it is. Sprite is being kicked if the sprite status is shell-like. I mean, you could probably get rid of some of this code if you wanted to interact with anything. Get sprite clipping B routine, get sprite clipping A routine, check for contact. Yeah, we'll do this kind of stuff. It's no big deal. And we're just going to copy and paste this stuff in. So first what we're going to do is we're just going to regular sprite interaction code. And then this is a comment that I added a long time ago again. Like I say, so at this point here, we have contact with a shell-like object. And then this is like show a contact. Kill the sprite that was thrown, like a shell, a Yoshi, a Goomba, whatever. And then down here, you can do whatever you want. You can decrement your health. You can end the game. You can do whatever. So, like I say, like custom sprite interaction here. Did stream restart? It did, Dev. Yeah, it did. My computer froze. Completely froze. No idea. I blame it on Windows 11. I feel like that's warranted. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at this get sprite clipping routine over here. Mostly borrowed from SMW. Yeah, so this is a routine. It's not really a routine, it's more of a function that I, again, completely copied and pasted from SMW Central. And all you have to do is change the width of the sprite clipping and the height of the sprite clipping. That's it. So, since our sprite is 2 tiles by 2 tiles, we're just going to say 2, 0, 2, 0. And that's that. That's that. Okay, so now we've got some code. We've got sprite clipping. And what we're going to do is I think I'm going to comment out a lot of this stuff. This is all the custom stuff. I'm going to comment this out for now. And what we're going to do is we're just going to use the sprite interaction routine. And we're going to give that a quick try. You know, if you took a nap, you wouldn't be so tired. Yeah, I'm looking at you. More puffs. Okay, we'll give this a go. Okay. Restart Lunar Magic. Yeah. Yeah. That's an awesome story. Lunar. There we go. Get some C. Go ahead. Oh, we do need objects to throw, right? Why don't we just add some throw blocks or something? Keep it simple. I don't know, put them like right there. I can just jump up. There. Easy enough. Give this a quick shot. Okay, see if we broke anything. Alright. So first thing we did was we actually disabled the ability to jump on. Yeah, so we disabled the ability to jump on the boss. And I wonder if spin jump works. It does not. So we can't touch the boss at all now, which is the first thing that we did. We moved that code out of the Mario interaction routine. Up. Look at that. And so now we've got a contact graphic. The sprite that is kicked dies. And again, all of that stuff is right here, and that's the code that we just copied, and again, that's the code that I just found on SMW Central somewhere, copied and pasted it out. This is the code that I'm pretty sure I've seen 100 times in a bunch of different types of sprites and boss fights on SMW Central's Sprite page. Okay. And now all we have to do is we have to add the custom interaction down here, which is just after we get hit, what do we want to do? Why don't we... Cool. Why don't we decrement our health? And then what we're doing is we decrement the health, we load it into A, and then if it doesn't equal 0, we'll skip to return. Means we'll just like skip down. But if it does equal 0, then we're going to end the game. And this label here, sub-label if you will, because of the dot, it's not called by anything, but I just put it there just to kind of signify this is what this next group of code is going to do. It's just it's a way to kind of document your code a little bit more. So we're gonna, prevent Mario from walking, set the goal for the level, kill Thea, gasp, and return. We don't need to bra return because we're literally just right here. So we can remove that if we want. This should do it. Yeah. Let's go ahead and give this a shot. So now I think what we've got is a working boss fight where you would end up killing the boss, not by jumping on it, but instead throwing stuff at it. Pop. So that's one. Shit. I died to the boss. 3. Hey. And so that's like super basic boss fights is that right there. Yeah, so the beginning of the very first video dev, I was like, what kind of sprite do we want to make? And Thea was like, me, obviously. And so we made Thea into a boss. Okay, so that actually covers custom sprite clipping, custom object clipping, custom Mario interaction, custom sprite interaction, like blocks, shells. Like we could test shells and baby Yoshis real quick if you wanted to. Here, so if we just like put a Goomba right there, we can try a Goomba real quick. I'm pretty sure Goomba will work just fine. And what else did we do? Oh, and we also covered custom graphics routines where you're drawing, more than just one tile. There. I think that's really what I had on the agenda for today when it comes to ASM stuff. Bop. Yeah. So that still counts. It still ended up killing the Goomba. 2. And this should be 3. Yeah. All this work you do. I don't really see any file submissions from SMW from Bucket. All this work, where does it go? Okay, so all this work right here is going to go into a GitHub repository, which is going to be public. And others can use that repository, folders of code. That's all it is. Like, this is the repository right here. It's got the Pixie work, the Astar work, the Uber work. Have we done any Uber work? I don't remember. The hack, Lunar Magic. It's got all this stuff inside of GitHub, and it's public, and people can use it and reference it, look at the code, copy and paste some of those common functions, like interacting with blocks and stuff. That's all going to be right in there. So yeah, you can reference that and grab it as much as you want. Yeah. Hi. Hi. Here you go. Let me think. I think that's about all I really wanted to cover for now. Like, if we wanted to making the sprite like jump up and down and stuff, that would be fine. I wouldn't mind covering the idea of phases and states in a boss fight, but that would end up going into like a 201 video or a 301 video. This is where really like the big complexity of boss fights goes into, is when you start conceptualizing the idea of phases and states in a sprite. And I could show real quick kind of how I do that. And I know, again, other people do all this stuff differently, but I could show this. I just don't know if I want to make a video on it just yet. It's probably something that I have to plan out. So if we go look at Dark Chambo again, I added in a ton of documentation because I really wanted Chester to have everything that he needed to manipulate these variables and stuff, and to really get something that he really enjoys. As you can see, like, I've got tiles. Like, remember the tile array that we built up earlier in the stream? Here I've got tile arrays for every single state. Jumping, smashing, kicking a ball. And then also like kicking a ball 01, which is like the second sub-state of that state. So it actually, this is like when he's holding the ball, and this is when his hands are extended, but his leg is kicked up as well. And so this is when it's actually like in a kicking graphic and the ball is spawned, right? Yeah, thanks, Gobi. This was a lot of work. But here, again, this is just a bunch of variables for addresses, like I usually do. Here is when we start moving more into the idea of phases. So each phase, I think there's like 6 or 7 phases in the Dark Chambo fight. And everything is configurable. So it's like... Yes? Are you enjoying your pop? It's like, how many states do we go through before throwing our hat again? Because in Dark Chambo, the only time you could hit the boss was when the hat was thrown. That's the only time they were vulnerable. And so phase 1 is actually when... trying to remember. Or maybe it was phase 0. I'm trying to remember. It's like, it was actually when the boss is walking back and forth and not doing anything. Chester wanted to put that in so that it would teach the player that you had to jump on the boss when he wasn't wearing a hat. That was there for educational purposes. Kind of a smart addition, I would say. I'm gonna play with Lunar. I've been watching. Oh, Dark Dank, Dr. Kurdink, Durker Dirk. I don't know how to pronounce his name. I've heard so many people say different things. His new hack. Nope, I could never. You could, Bull Run. You could. It doesn't have to be insane custom ASM stuff. Just start putting blocks down and start making Mario jump. That's all you need to do, you know? It is fun to work with. It's a massive learning curve, but it's fun to work with. So yeah, anyway, so I've got all of these different variables for the different phases. So I gave Chester the ability to, like, for example, change how many lore books were spawned based on the phase, change the dashing speed, how fast the balls were kicked. Everything is configurable based on phase. And so, once we get down into the main code, so again, the main function looks very similar to what everything I just wrote. Draw graphics, kick out early if the sprites are locked. I wonder if I did that. That's fine. Handle sprite interactions, handle state interactions, Mario interactions. We set the direction for graphics, yada, 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 yada. So it looks like I didn't actually have a phase wrapper here, but that's okay. This is what my state wrappers look like and what my phase wrappers look like. This is typically how I would write the code, is that you would call a routine or a function. It would just read in the value of the current phase, right? And then it would just jump into another routine if it was at phase 0, phase 1, phase 2, phase 3. And then in that function, it would be called a state wrapper, and it would look just like this. So for each routine, you would then read the state and jump into a different routine based on whatever state we were in. That's it. And it's just a ton of if-else statements. And as you can see, we've got about 20 states for Dark Chambo. And that's it. Here's our random movement state, apparently. After phase check. Let's see if I can find, like, something. Get action for a phase. Yeah. There was some really fun RNG. I would almost call it an engine for RNG. We did some cool stuff there. The opposite attack state, yep. Random attack state, that's our engine for the most part. Here's Mario interactions. It's all the same stuff. It's, hey, Hi, what's going on, girl? Hi. Do you want puffs or do you want snuggles? What do you need? Puffs? Well, we'll find out. We'll find out. Here's the code where it's like... Hi. Alright, come here. Come here. Okay. No grabbing. No grabbing. So, as I was saying, this is the code where if we are not in a thrown hat state, then we're not vulnerable. So that's kind of how that works there. Let's see. There's that check if above function. It's all the same stuff. Hi. Oh, yeah. I tossed in a grabbing player state because Mr. Hops, when he was playtesting the boss, decided to, you know, in a very good playtesting kind of manner, cheese as much as he could, and he was just spin jumping on the boss the whole time, right? And so I added this state in so that it could grab the player and kick the player. And here's that little kick state. And that's a little bit of it's like a punishment for jumping on top of the boss too many times. And then we just, we set the X speed, which just makes the player move. That was a fun little addition that I'm kind of proud that I thought of. Okay. And then I've got transitions, like if we go from phase 1 to phase 2, we do some things we might look slightly different in the graphics, and that's an actual state, is the transition itself. And why I made it a state was so that we could do things like change the graphics and whatnot. No. That's not yours. That's not yours. No, that's not yours. She is getting feisty. He is getting feisty. Do you want to run around on the ground a little bit? Yes? You haven't done that all day today. Okay. We're going to take a small break. And then we're going to come back. We're going to talk a little bit. I might jump into something else. I think I've covered everything that I wanted to cover today. So we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Hey, where's my obs? Here it is. See you guys soon.